Hey everybody, welcome back to Marketing 100. I'm Kale, your salon and spa business bestie, and I'm joined today, as always, by my good friend and the founder of the salon business, John Halberg. And today is a very special day. We're inviting back our good friend, Steph Fox, founder of Talent Match and Matchable and beauty business hiring aficionado. Thank you so much for joining us again, Steph.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun to do the last one. So happy to be back.
Happy to have you back. Steph, you talked a little bit last time about how businesses can use Instagram to leverage their hiring process and how that's actually a really strong force in their marketing. Tell us what we're talking about today.
I wanted to talk about how we can use AI to make marketing so much easier. I know firsthand as a salon owner, you're probably not a marketing expert. I know when I had a salon, I certainly didn't feel like one. And today we just have this tool called ChatGPT and of course Copilot and any of the other ones that make it so much easier. So we need to be leaning into them.
Interesting. You mentioned Copilot, which is a Microsoft technology, as well as ChatGPT, John.
Yes, I observed that. So we had this little debate earlier, Apple versus Windows. Apple wins, right?
Apple wins. That was your conclusion. Just Apple wins flat out.
Apple wins. Although I do have Microsoft Office suite, which is why I have access to Copilot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm definitely a Word and PowerPoint kind of gal.
Each has its own benefits. Okay. We're not shaming anybody for using one platform versus the other. Not trying to pick sides here. You mentioned ChatGPT. You mentioned Copilot and some of these tools. What are some ways that business owners can actually leverage these tools to help them level up their marketing or their recruiting?
AI is incredibly customizable. The thing that we don't often understand is like we have to give it information to make it smart. And so my thing and recommendation to everybody would be download ChatGPT and spend the $20 a month on that version. And the more you use it and the smarter you make it with information you give it, the quicker it's going to give you the type of information you need. And that information could be everything from what exactly should the copy of my job description be for social media, to what kind of image or video should go with that, to, hey, I want to turn it into an ad. So now what do I make it look like? I mean, it literally in seconds will give you the information. My thing that was a game changer for me was actually clicking on the My GPTs. Have you guys done this yet?
I haven't dived in deep on this one.
It's so fun and so easy. If you go into your paid version and you click My GPTs, you give it information about a specific thing. So I could be like, this is my health GPT. This is my financial GPT. This is my salon marketing GPT. And you're going to give it information. Like, this is what you would be typing in. And it has a bucket for this, like where you're literally typing this in. Think like Gary Vee or Alex Hormozi or top marketing experts. Maybe you like the writing or the authenticity of somebody like Brene Brown or Oprah Winfrey or whoever, right? You can literally say, think like this person. I want to use this GPT to create Instagram captions for my organic Instagram or for my salon's Instagram. And then you can put in your salon's website and you can start to give it its brain, if you will. And then every time you use ChatGPT, you're going to find that particular tab and always use it because it will get smarter every time you type stuff into it. And it will become this very refined version of your voice.
No, that's really cool. So, and like in your experience working with business owners, how many have like adopted this, would you say? Or like, what's the status of the industry?
So I've been to 2 conferences since the beginning of the year, and it's April, that have talked about this as a key focus. And the audience's appetite for it is huge. Like, they're all walking out of the conference and they're like, I cannot believe what I just saw on the screen, like what we've seen here today. I mean, their brains are exploding inside of their heads. Like, they're just like, whoa. And there's some fear around it for a lot of people too.
Yeah, I could see that.
But for the purposes of like what I would love to see salons use it for, it's buy back your time and use it to get more clients and talent, because it can create very high converting content very quickly. You can literally say like, you know, I own a salon and I want to write a job description to attract an experienced hairdresser. Here's the vibe of my salon. So maybe you're fun, authentic, friendly, family-oriented, whatever that is. So we offer flexibility. We offer growth opportunities. We offer an amazing culture, whatever that is. Get some stories in there. You know, some of our team's been with us for 5 years, 10 years. X number of them are earning over, 6 figures. Like, give it some context and then it will write you the job description. And then every time you need it to do an action and you're giving it different information, you're just making it smarter.
I think a lot of people think of like ChatGPT just as sort of like a Google assistant. They're like, oh, I'm going to ask ChatGPT a question, right? Like a single question. instead of thinking of it like it's an actual model. It's an AI that you can continue to teach, train, and then have it do things for you, right? It's an assistant. This is such an interesting like way to like hire, but like I'm interested to hear like, are there some other things that we can do with AI that like can help us buy back that time in our businesses?
Oh my gosh, it can do just about anything you want it to do. I'll give you an example of a real life scenario from this last weekend. So one of my clients that I work with on recruiting, they have hired proteges, is what they call their new talent, to make their colorists more efficient. So they were in this like, well, how many proteges should we make colorists versus cutters in order to really make our color department successful? So I opened up ChatGPT, and these are two salon owners who are not using it. And I just spoke into it and I said, this is the salon. And I put the website in. They hire new talent hairdressers called proteges to help support their hair colorists. I would like to know what revenue level the hair colorist needs to be at to make sure when they're given a protege, it's earning the business more money, not costing them money. So chat came back and said, I need some information. And I said, what information do you need? You're literally talking to it like that. And they said, what's the hourly pay? How many hours are they working? What's the average ticket of your colorist? So I could give it this information, right? On average, the hair colorist does this per week. The new talent protege makes $15 an hour. They're working 30 hours a week. I said, give me the equation to figure this out. Spits out this equation. And then I said, put that into an Excel workbook for me so that I can customize it to my team. So in like 2 seconds, it gives me an exportable Excel document. One step further, which we couldn't do because we were in Las Vegas for an event, I could have exported from that salon software all the metrics of those hair colorists. I could have said, put all this information into that Excel document for me so that I can export it and have information on all of these colorists without me having to manually enter it. And it would have done that. So from a, like, what else can it do? It can be your business coach. It can be a finance coach. I mean, it's magical. Like, it's so good.
And a lot of things have happened, right, since it launched, or like since it came about. Kind of like you heard about it, you saw it in the news, you like tried it out, and it's like, it didn't really get me to call it, and I had to like rewrite everything anyway, and you kind of leave it behind. But just so much have happened. It's a different game now, and I think everyone really needs to get their teeth into this. For someone who haven't done this before, do you have like a framework that you would say like this is how you should do it?
When you first just get started, you should just say, I'm going to start having conversations with this thing and seeing what it gives me back. So some question prompts I would give you, whatever you ask it, tack on to the end of it. What else do you need to know from me to make this better? Like, you ask it a question. What else do you need to know to give me a better answer? You can even ask it for some prompts. You could ask it, you could say, I want to use this to help better understand my salon's financials. Tell me what I should ask you.
We had Marshall on the show a few episodes ago, walking through the experience there as well on like how you can kind of, as a consumer, you can actually start to get like really niche and like ask for nuances in what you're looking for in a business. And it can give you like a very sophisticated result. And you might find businesses that you wouldn't just find on like this top list on Google, right? I think it's important to look at it from that angle as well. Like your clients are actually using the tool as well to find you.
It was last November. I was teaching a marketing class, and after the class, had a person that was in it send me an Instagram reel that was saying ChatGPT is going to take over Google. And she was asking my opinion. She said, do you think this is really going to be a thing? So this is just a few months ago, like 6 months ago, right? And my initial response was like, no way. And today, sitting here, I can tell you that I use ChatGPT 95% of the time. I don't search on Google anymore. I go to ChatGPT and I say, tell me the best restaurants in Columbus, Ohio. Tell me the best hairdressers and such. Its search functionality is so much different than the way Google works that, as you said, like, you get different information back and it's more useful information. I'm a huge fan. And I would say anybody that isn't using it yet, just go to Instagram and type in how to use ChatGPT. And that algorithm will start feeding you so many videos that will blow your mind, and you'll get your little crash course in how to use ChatGPT, and then start using it for your salon business because it's going to save you so much time.
All right, everybody, that's what we've got for you today. A huge thank you, Steph, again, for coming to join us here on Marketing 100. For all of our guests who are listening or watching, where can they learn more about you?
They can first head over to my Instagram, which is Steph with an F_Fox, and then check out my websites. It's talentmatch.biz or mymatchable.com.
as you guys know, we are powered by Mangomint here at the Salon Business. So if you want to check out Mangomint, our #1 choice for the best salon and spa software of 2025, we have a special link down in the description. You can try it out for 30 days plus a little bit of extra time on us. Don't tell anybody. Thanks again for tuning into another episode of Marketing 100. I'm Kale, your salon and spa business bestie, and I'll see you in the next one.